The sparrow who stayed low. Maybe you think worth is measured by how high you rise. Maybe you believe the loudest wings belong to the truest leaders. Listen, sometimes the safest path is closer to the ground. There was a village of birds that woke with the sun and slept in the whispering trees. They lived in peace and liked to cheer for greatness. Their hero was Eagle. He was strong. He flew higher than clouds, faster than the river's wind. With sharp claws, he caught fish that flashed like coins in the water. When Eagle rose, the village lifted its voice. Look how high he goes, they cried. He is the best. There was also Sparrow. Sparrow was small and quiet. He did not fly high. He flew low, close to the reeds and fences. He helped little birds cross the stream one at a time. He found seeds for old birds whose knees hurt in the cold. He patched nests with dry grass and a patient beak. Many birds laughed. Why are you so small? They said. Why don't you fly like Eagle? You are boring. Sparrow did not answer. He smiled a little and kept helping. One afternoon the sky turned the color of iron. A thick cloud rolled over the hills and the wind began to push. The air changed. It had the taste of rain and the sound of trouble. Eagle flew to the front and shouted, "Everyone up, go to the tops of the trees. High branches are safest." Many birds trusted him and climbed into the sky. Sparrow stayed low. He watched the cloud and the direction of the wind. Something was wrong. The air near the ground was fierce, but up high the wind screamed. He looked around and saw baby birds crying at the nest edges, old birds shaking, and weak birds trying to stand against the gusts. Sparrow called out, "Follow me. Go to the rocks by the river. We will stay low." Some birds scoffed. "You don't know what you're doing. You are not smart like Eagle," others said. But the ones who could not climb, the little ones, the old, the tired, followed Sparrow. They ran along the ground, wings tucked in tight, and slid between stones at the river's bend. Sparrow led them under ledges and into the hollows where the wind could not reach. "Hold each other," he said. "Stay down." Then the storm arrived. The wind hit like hands. The trees bent until they cracked. High branches snapped and fell. Nests rolled like bowls. Birds were thrown from the tops of the trees and spun in the air. A broken limb struck Eagle's wing. He fell hard and could not rise. When the storm passed, the village was strange and quiet. Many tall trees were torn. Nests were broken. Feathers lay in the grass like torn pages. Eagle limped from the shadows, holding his injured wing. He looked around at the damage and closed his eyes against the ache. A sound stirred near the river. From under the rocks, small shapes moved. Little birds stepped out, then old birds, then the weak who had hidden their heads. They were dusty but safe. One whispered, "Sparrow saved us. He told us to hide." Another said, "He stayed with us." More birds climbed out and repeated the same story. "He saw us. He stayed. He helped." Everyone looked at Sparrow. He did not bow. He did not explain. He simply checked the youngest for scrapes, gave seeds to those who were shaking, and then flew low across the ground to find more birds who needed help. Eagle watched him go and said nothing. Pride and pain were heavy in him, but so was respect. Then old Flamingo stepped forward. He walked slowly, but his eyes were bright. He said, "The height of your flight does not prove the size of your heart. A small bird can lift many. A soft wing can shelter the weak. A quiet bird can be a hero." The village did not cheer. They stood still and thought about what they had seen: the broken tops of trees, the safe space under the rocks, the small bird who knew the ground better than the sky. Sparrow gave one small smile and took off again, close to the reeds, scanning for any nest that needed mending. Here is the lesson, plain and strong. We live in a world that loves to compare. We clap for the strong and the fast. We give crowns to the loud. We point to the highest branch and call it success. But sometimes the one who serves the most flies low. Sometimes the one who helps without noise sees what others miss. In your own life you may feel small or slow. You may not have a big title or a bright spotlight. You may think, "I am not like them." You are not supposed to be like them. You are supposed to be you. The neighbor who carries a bag for someone whose hands are tired. The friend who listens without rushing. The worker who finishes small tasks with care. These are not small things, they are steady things. Greatness is not only in how high you go. Greatness is in what you do with the place where you are. Do not measure your worth by the height of another bird's flight. Measure it by the truth in your actions. If you help, if you protect, if you repair what is broken when no one is looking, you are already great. Use the gift you have, not the one you wish you had. Trust your path. The village needs the high wings and the low wings. The storm taught that to everyone. If this story encouraged you, stay with us for more simple, true-hearted tales. Consider subscribing, and share this with someone who needs a reminder that flying low can still save lives.